2022. The UFC, I've had an awful year, and I'm gonna tell you why. But before that, like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Pay-per-view buys this year has been dog shit. Let's just start it how it is. UFC 270, not released. UFC 271, no pay-per-view numbers released, but people are saying it was 600k. Well, I just don't believe that when it was two good fights on the card. UFC 272, no pay-per-view numbers released. UFC 273, no pay-per-view numbers released. The only it was released for was UFC 274, which was 400k. UFC 276, which is 400k. That's the only thing I know. And it is a big reason why the UFC have not released the numbers. And it's because it's been a shite. I mean, 2021, we had two massive cards with Conor McGregor that did over $1 million. Usman versus Masvidal did 700-800k. You know, we had a lot of bangers. You know what I mean? In 2022, the superstars that just haven't been fighting. That's just how simple it is. Dustin Poirier fought once. Colby Covington fought once. You know, Conor McGregor didn't fight. All of these big names. Jorge Masvidal fought once. You know, all of these super big names. Usman fought once. You know, I'm racking up all of the big. And to be honest with you, I'm disappointed in the cards because all these superstars have not been fighting often enough. Many of the pay-per-views have been pathetic. UFC 279, pathetic. It was, that main card was such a low level of fights I've ever seen. Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson in the main event. I know it's supposed to be Hamza, but it's still a piss-ass main event. Where's the title fights? I mean, UFC 272. Moicano versus Dos Anjos in the co-main. The fuck is that? It's pathetic. That's all it is. It has been absolutely pathetic, and I don't think ESPN will resign with the UFC with these sort of numbers, because why would they? ESPN gave him a baseline of 500k pay-per-view buys in money, and the rest, but like what? And the UFC have been bummed over a little though, because like Israel Adesanya has lost a lot of star power this year. You know, it started with the people actually finding out he was boring against Robert Whittaker, and then Jared Cannonier, just a bit of a nothing guy, contender, to be honest with you. Nothing special about him. No one really cares about him. I mean, Darren Till just not getting this title shot ever at Arcade. This is not about Darren Till. I love you, lad. But yeah, it's just been pathetic, and the UFC needs to change something. It is something they're doing wrong that makes people not buy the pay-per-views. It could be that pay-per-view is just a bit of nothing, and people they should just move to like a monthly subscription of like 60-50 quid. And yeah, to be honest with you, because like the pay-per-view buys have been pathetic. Yeah, they just need to fix that. I mean, but it doesn't seem like the UFC even care about the cards, because the cards this year, some of the cards have been absolutely awful, pathetic. I mean, Mackenzie Dunn versus young Yao Xiaonan in the main event. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry to break the news to you, that is not a good main event. It should be on the prelims of UFC pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Or the main card. I mean, Jared Vanderaa and Chase Sherman. Can we please stop giving these people main card spots? I mean, what is this? They're like 4 and 15 in the UFC, both of them. Only reason they're here is because they just go in on short notice and just stat pad UFC cards, and that's why Dana loves them. You know, these sort of people should not be getting main card slots. But you know why they don't care? Because the Apex only hold 200 people anyway. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg legit hired the whole fucking thing out for a day. You know, they just do not give a shit about it, and it really needs to change, because the UFC has been going from strength to strength to strength, and they've been beating boxing, but Boxing is looking really good at 135 at the moment. YouTube boxing is taking a lot of big steps, which is boxing. I know they're trying to like, oh, this is not predictable. Boxing is boxing. You get what I mean? So the UFC really needs to like. It just seems like they've become comfortable. You know, bin the Apex off. Legit, just fucking get the whole thing and just rip it down. You know, we don't need it anymore. Fuck the Apex. Nobody wants to see that because then it puts pressure on the UFC to sell stadiums out. And that's why they need good cars. You know, UFC Orlando, banging. The one in Long Island, banging. Why? Because it puts pressure on them selling them out. And that's the issue with all these, like... the pay-per-view buys and the pay-per-views, because like the whole card is just not released before, because like the thing sells out before you even know the whole card, you know, so they can just like hype it up, and then, you know, they were saying, ooh, Usman is gonna fight here, then ooh, and then they sell, and then, you know, it's just like UFC London, no fights released and tickets are on sale. I mean, Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze, which is a banger of a fight, is released now, but you get what I mean. That's why people are not there for Marvin Vettori. I mean, maybe he's a really funny guy, but you get what I mean, you know, like, we need bangers of cards, and to be honest with you, they're paying the fighters too much, it looks like to me. They need to fight 2-3 times a year. It needs to be, I know the contracts are shite, but it should be like, if you are fit, you should fight more than once a year. Because, you know, Colby Covington fighting once a year. Darren Till not even fighting once a year. I'm naming off stars that are not fighting. Jorge Masvidal doesn't fight often enough. You know, he has got too much money, so he can just keep rejecting Gilbert Burns. You know, this shouldn't be happening. If you're fit to fight, fight. That's just how simple it is. Dustin Poirier fighting once a year. Yeah, why? Because he's got rich. You know, Conor McGregor doesn't need to fight anymore. You know, people don't need to fight anymore. That is the issue. I mean, Sugar Sean O'Malley is staying pretty active. That is good. But yeah, that is the issue. The biggest stars are not fighting often enough, and the UFC are just paying for it. Let's be honest. It's been a shit pay-per-view year if you're looking at it. And yeah, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you later. Peace.